everyone, welcome to Murphy's Garden. We're not in Murphy's Garden today, we've actually come down to London and we're going to the Chelsea Flower Show tomorrow, but today we're here at the Chelsea Physic Garden, so never been here before, so we're just going to have a little wander around and see what it's all about. This is a hidden gem of a garden which occupies a 4-acre site in Chelsea, the very heart of London, on the banks of the River Thames. The garden was established by the Worshipful Society of Apothecaries in 1673 as a site for growing medicinal plants. The garden, despite its small size, has had a wide-reaching impact all around the world, and in the 1700s was the most important centre for plant exchange on the planet. Its location is no accident. Its proximity to the River Thames made the most of the warm air currents and allowed them to moor up their boats, bringing plants to the garden from all over the world. The site is nestled behind walls and is south-facing with good quality, warm, light soil. The garden's unique microclimate and location has meant that many plants which cannot be grown in the UK grow and thrive here, including the UK's largest olive tree, which gave a crop of 7 pounds of ripe olives in 1976, a London record crop. This is a really interesting garden to visit if you're interested in the history of gardening and plants. The Chelsea Physic Garden is London's oldest botanic garden and contains a unique living collection of around 5,000 different edible, useful and medicinal plants that have changed the world. The garden has had numerous notable people associated with it, but the garden's primary benefactor was Sir Hans Sloane, a physician, naturalist, collector and the founder of the British Museum. The garden had been struggling with management for some years, but in 1712 its fortunes changed when Sir Hans purchased the manor of Chelsea and leased the garden to the Worshipful Society of Apothecaries of London for just £5 a year in perpetuity. This sum is still paid to Sir Hans' descendants today. The garden is made up of a glass house currently being renovated, a pond rockery, Atlantic Island border, the historical walk, the garden of edibles and useful plants, the World Woodland Garden and the Garden of Medicinal Plants. We've got plants from all around the world. This is Africa and the Middle East. This is China and Japan. Fabulous, I presume, willow sculpture. So we've got an apple which has been split in two. So Olivia, if you could make me one of those for the garden. That's lovely. So this, Olivia tells me, is a ginkgo biloba. Beautiful tree, but perhaps you won't get one because look, this is a mature one and this is how big it gets. So I don't think I'll be planting one. Another thing here which we spotted, which I thought was a really good idea, this is just a container which is kind of wrapped in hessian and it gives it that really sort of natural rustic look. I mean, I guess it wouldn't last for very long, but if you had like a really ugly plastic thing that you wanted to cover, I thought that's quite a good idea, which we might steal. And a lovely little Acer Grisium, similar to the one we have at home, not much bigger. And these are all plants that are used in the production of alcoholic drinks. Guess they're apples. Yeah. These are some of the plants that can be used to make tea. Lots of mints and things like that, I think. Chamomile and all things like that. And this is a lovely traditional little cloche. Rosa Mortimer Sackler. It's a beautiful rose. We've got nice bamboo which ripples in the wind. Never grown bamboo because I'm terribly afraid that it would take over everywhere. This is a sweet little hut made out of old fern leaves, isn't that cute? This is a little Wardian Case designed by Dr. Nathaniel Bagshaw in 1829, and it was used for all the plant finders to transport their finds safely back to Britain. This lovely little design feature, just this little circular area. With stones in the middle, with the borage, I think it is, in the middle for all the bees, to attract all the bees. This is Honesty.
or Linaria annua.
Persicaria. Lovely little gift shop, and Olivia, as always, can be found buying more botanical art. We left the Chelsea Physic garden and headed down King's Road through Chelsea and Belgravia. This is one of London's major fashion districts and contains a plethora of luxury designer boutiques. Belgravia in Bloom has returned for a 7th year, and the festival is a celebration of exquisitely crafted floral displays showcased throughout the beautiful central London neighbourhood, coinciding with the Chelsea Flower Show. Shops just look absolutely amazing. Everyone had gone to such an effort to make their shop look fantastic, and we just soaked up the atmosphere. It was just wonderful, and it's also the Jubilee weekend coming up, so there was a lot of patriotic flags and in this case a soldier, so it looked great. So we sat and had a cup of tea in a lovely little cafe and chatted to the couple at the next table who'd been to Chelsea. So we're really excited to go ourselves tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and join us in the next video when we'll be at Chelsea tomorrow. Bye for now.